Hello my soccer universe. The worst case scenario happened on match day 22, the last one of the regular season. Although I shouldn't say the worst case scenario, it was the expected scenario. The worst case scenario happened in the previous two rounds with Blau-Weiß Linz scoring a late winner at WSG Tirol. And that, I'm only saying this from a LASK point of view. And of course them winning at Wolfsberg, which was completely unexpected as well. The results on the last match day were exactly how you would expect it. Blau-Weiß Linz and Rapid win at home, LASK lose at Sturm Graz, and any hopes that I had were already dashed ahead of kickoff when I saw the lineup and how many players were missing. Was never gonna happen. It really never was gonna happen. Now, I'm a teeny bit down, I have to say. I mean, seeing the city rivals celebrating because you missed out is never fun. On the other side, I also want to turn this into a little bit more of a positive. I think this qualification round, as it is called, I call it the relegation round, LASK should dominate. I mean, of all the 31 points that LASK made, 23 came against exactly these opponents. And that's a whole lot more than any other among these. So this is something that you should dominate. You should get 7th spot, which gives you a playoff spot for a Conference League playoff, where I think you will have a chance, because if you get on a positive run, and that's what I fully expect from now on, you have a good chance. And secondly, you also play now Saturdays, which might mean that you get a little bit more time to rest ahead of the cup games. And we have a semi-final at home, we have a potential final. And again, if you are on a good run, Austria Wien have shown this last year, if you are on a good run, this might actually lift you to a little bit more. And if you win the cup, you have exceeded all expectations ahead of the season. You actually, in terms of qualifying for European competition, you more or less met the target that was always kind of there. So that's the positive. The negative, of course, is now you're playing against much less attractive opponents. And you have to listen for quite a few weeks that the city rival is basically dancing on your figurative grave, which, yeah, is never fun. But, you know, I let them have the place in the sun. We had many glory days and I let them enjoy. I also have to say, LASK did not miss out on this day. I knew you only will qualify for the top 6 if you don't have to get anything from Sturm Graz. That's what was needed. So Blau-Weiß were going through. I said it even at the derby, and that's exactly the one game. If you would have won against Blau-Weiß, then I think you would have had a really decent chance of qualifying this way. Yeah, there was a hope there, but it was a false hope. So yeah, I'm shooting this right after. I barely have seen any highlights. I just followed the games as they were going on. Then I was sulking a little bit. Now there are other games going on while I'm shooting this. So here's some quick summaries of the 6 games from what I could gather from watching these and a little bit reading up. And then we'll talk about the overall situation in the league. Altach missed out on potential relegation, big points, conceding a very late equalizer through Wydra in the 5th minute of stoppage time, in a really long stoppage time period. And then Jäger also sees 2 yellow cards in the 9th and 12th minute of stoppage time. So they even ended with a man less. However, they had the win inside. They turned it around. In the 5th minute, they were down through Torzewski. However, Kamera in the 11th and the Robac own goal turned around for Altach, who then cannot hold on to those 3 points. Blau-Weiß Linz more or less storm into the championship round with a little hiccup just before the halftime break. Bakat Tukanda gave them the lead after a corner kick in the 16th minute, and then Ronivaldo had a couple of chances to even double that one. But just before the half, goalie Vitek looked a little bit unsorted, and so Demir and Mijic combined to get it level on scores, and maybe Hartberg with a little bit of luck could have taken a lead. But right after the half, Pasic reestablishes the lead for Blau-Weiß Linz, and then when Ronivaldo in the 70th minute makes it 3-1, there was only going to be one winner, and then Dobras with a great shot in the 86th adds a 4th goal, and then huge celebrations at the Donau Park Stadium. It was the top game of the round with not much riding on it, but Salzburg secured third spot after the regular season, beating Wolfsberg 1-0 at home. That's the second defeat for Wolfsberg in a row, and their magic seems a little bit lost at this moment. The winning goal came already in the 13th minute through Oskar Gloch after a Nene assist, and of course Salzburg were overall the better team and look quite positive going into the championship round. I'm sure there were some nerves ahead of the game of Rapid against GRK, however they were definitely lifted by that overtime win, the most overdue overtime win against Banja Luka in the midweek, and they get the job done in the first half already. Cvetkovic breaks the deadlock in the 23rd minute, then a Belliot penalty in the 32nd and a Janssen goal in the 44th. Don't leave the winner in doubt, and Rapid just cruise into the championship round where honestly, given especially their early form, they did belong all the way. I gotta be honest, any hopes of mine that LASK might get a result at Sturm Graz were seriously dashed when not only you have 2 suspended players, but at least 4 players missing out because they were sick, and 2 more players were sick during the week and just came back into the lineup. It was a makeshift defense and the starting lineup really didn't look good. So my expectations were considerably low, and it showed for at least 60 minutes. There was hardly any shot on goal for LASK. It was all Sturm Graz. And I have to say, Jerome Boateng, he might have been a world-class player a long time ago. He is not anymore, and you could see that. That the go-ahead goal for Sturm Graz was lucky, yeah, that fit right into the picture. There was a shot by Tommy Horvath that was wickedly deflected by Robert Schul, and it goes over Laval into the net, but it was a fully deserved lead. And right after the half, when you really had the slightest of hopes that maybe you could get something going because of Blau-Weiß, there was also the chance that maybe Hartberg will get a result, were dashed when Boateng steps on Kitashvili, who converts the penalty. 2-0. Slight glimmer of hope again, and this was the cruel thing. I honestly lost hope at 2-0, but in the 67th minute, Lavallee was sent off because he sort of tripped Adeniran running through. Not sure how much of a foul it was. Adeniran was definitely thrown off balance, and that saw him go through. And then, after a corner kick by Schul, Cissé scores a beautiful goal with his back heel into the net in the 77th minute. Game on. You were really hoping now, with a man more and a real push, that you could get someone. However, just 6 minutes later, Böwing 3-1. Game done. However, almost immediately off the kickoff, it's again Schul, wickedly deflected shot like the one by Böwing, who also got a wicked deflection. So there were 2 deflected goals against LASK, and as we'll see, 2 penalties that really didn't help things. But again, Schul's goal was also deflected 85th minute. And because LASK fans ignited a whole lot of flares, you knew that there will be a lengthy stoppage time period. So 85th minute meant 20 minutes to go, roughly. So there was still some hope. However, then again, you give away a penalty. Cissé having the hand too high. I hated that call because it really comes up and he wants to get away, but he cannot really. And so Böwing 4-2. Game done and dusted. There were then really 2 good chances for LASK in there as well. I mean, late on, the chances were there, and Sturm goalie Skerpen made some good saves, but overall, the result never really was in doubt. And as much as I would have loved for a big turnaround, it did not happen. And so yeah, it's the qualification round, I say the relegation group. With a 2-0 away win at WSG Tirol, Austria Wien go level on points with Sturm Graz into the championship round. The goals were scored by Fitz with a penalty, and he converted so far every penalty in the Bundesliga. And then late on, 2 former LASK players, Ragush and Gruber, combined to give Austria Vienna a 2-0 win. And WSG Tirol for once did not concede late to lose points. They will be fighting against relegation. However, I feel they're solid enough to survive. So this is the final table of the regular season, and let's talk about this table and then we'll see what this means going forward. We have Sturm Graz and Austria Wien finishing level on top of the table. Austria Wien very much in a title fight. However, look at Salzburg. They are 8 points behind. However, due to the format, this will be much closer. I think Wolfsberg with 10 points behind, although it's still close, is probably finishing somewhere mid-table. Rapid, I really don't know what to say. I think they will probably qualify just for a European spot, maybe finish 4th place and hope that they do well in Europe. I think this is the wishful thinking. The question is, of course, where will Blau-Weiß Linz finish? And here's the incredible statistic. if you only see games between the top 6, Blau-Weiß Linz have the second most points behind Salzburg. Salzburg got 17 points against the top 6 opponents. Blau-Weiß Linz got an incredible 15. Sturm Graz will only finish on 12 points in such a table. That would be bottom, level on points with Rapid, Austria Wien 14, as did Wolfsberg. So just have that in mind. Now looking at the bottom, LASK and Hartberg should have nothing to do with the relegation fight. This is a four-way fight between Klagenfurt, Tirol, GRK and Altach, with GRK and Altach definitely having the worst position. However, given the format, it will be really tight. And here again, it would be interesting to see who performed best among those bottom 6. Well, the best one was LASK with 23 points. 23 points! I couldn't believe it myself. Hartberg was second best with 15, followed by Klagenfurt with 13, WSG with 11, GRK with 10 and Altach with only 7 points. So Altach got most of the points against the top teams. So this would indicate that Altach should be considered the favorite of getting relegated. And so let's look how it will go into the playoff. We have the top 6. It's the same before, but we just have points halved. If there's a star next to the name, this means if you level on points, you own the tiebreaker. So because it will be rounded down, this is basically half a point. In the top 6, only Blau-Weiß have the tiebreaker. And again, Blau-Weiß Linz did really well against exactly these opponents. So I think this is a wide open top spot. And honestly, I feel that Salzburg have the best chances in there. I'm not convinced of Sturm Graz. I don't quite believe in Austria Vienna. But you know, I let myself surprise. The first one goes into Champions League qualification. The second one goes also Champions League qualification. And then it depends on where the cup winner will end up. But as of now, assuming the cup winner is not finishing in the top 3. Third goes into Conference League qualifying. I think it is the playoff spot. Then there will be a playoff where the fourth place team is already in the final, which is two-legged, and plays against the winner of 5th hosting 7th at home. And if I look at it, I could see another Linz derby coming up in a playoff. If the cup winner finishes in the top 3, then everything shifts down. So it's rather complicated, it's rather tedious, but this is where we are. If I look at the points, I mean, it's really tight now, and I'm a little bit scared. There's only 7 points for LASK to go down, but I still think LASK is the best team in there, so they should cruise through that one. And on the top, I really cannot tell you. I think this is wide open, and I'm really afraid that Salzburg actually will win this title. They're fully in this title race, honestly. And that really sounds scary. So regular season is over, we're going into an international break, and then the playoff rounds will start. I don't know yet the fixtures. They will be published, I think, during the week, so I don't know. The only thing that I know is that on the 2nd of April there are the Cup semi-finals, and that's of course exciting because LASK have a home game against Wolfsberg. I'm gonna sit on this now. I'm gonna go positively into this playoff round. I'm expecting a whole lot of wins. Yes, high expectations, but that's everything that I should expect from my team. A team that was finishing very easily in 3rd place over the past 2 years and maybe has now another blip. Let's see where this is going forward. And if they should win the cup, then this might be one of the best seasons to remember. If they don't, then you better win the playoff. And Austria Wien have shown that this is possible. Any case, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Drop a line, question below if you want to know more about the Austrian Bundesliga. And I will talk to you soon about more things in my Austrian Bundesliga universe. Bye! Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, here are some videos and playlists that you may enjoy too. Also, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit the little bell icon so you get notified whenever something happens in my soccer universe. And with that, have a wonderful day. Bye!